Hi guys, welcome to Short Nail Life. So in today's video, we are doing another fall set, and this set is inspired by Nail Career Education. So I will link her video down in the description box down below. But to start off, somebody asked me last week how I store the tips that I've done, and I just store them in this binder. This is a regular binder I got from Walmart for 75 cents when the school supplies went on clearance. So this is kind of where I started. These are just two tips glued together, and I'm trying to practice without a practice hand. That's what those were. But this is kind of like my journey, and I like just looking through it in the book form. But this is thick paper. This is not regular printer paper. This is cardstock. I got mine from Amazon, but Walmart does sell it as well, and it's cheaper from Walmart. So I would suggest Walmart, but whatever works for you guys. Like, as you can see, it's not flimsy, the paper isn't kind of moving, so that's why I like to use the cardstock. But the cardstock is bigger than this binder, I'm letting you know now, and you have to punch holes in the cardstock as well, so you have to cut it down and punch holes in it. But if you notice, there's none of the tips that I just done recently, and that's because I put them in this box first before I put them in the binder. When it gets full, I'll then transfer it to the binder. So I hope that helps in any way. So to start off, I am building the nails up with this Nude Pink by Vanalisa. And I told you guys, I think mine is getting old. So it didn't work for me today, basically. At this point, I had to stir it up because I noticed it was kind of inconsistent. So I stirred it up. Still, it was giving me a lot of issues and a lot of trouble. And I was actually rushing. I'm going to admit it, I was rushing because I forgot to film this video earlier. So this is kind of a rushing video, and I apologize about that. But on the middle and the ring finger, I just polish this on like it's gel polish, and I do 2 coats of on both nails. But like I was saying earlier, this didn't want to cure properly. If I made it too, I don't know, it just had to stay thin because it wasn't curing the way it usually cured, and it would cure all the way through normally. So I don't know. Well, I do know it's old, and I have purchased some more. I did buy some from the 11/11 sale. It still is going on. I think tomorrow is the last day, but Vanalisa was on sale, so I just went ahead and I bought some more. So I am going to matte top coat the ring and the middle finger. It's fine, just in case you're curious, because all I did was paint on that builder gel. It's fine to just put a matte top coat on top. And I'm going to use these watercolor inks from Born Pretty. I got this off Amazon, and I'm sorry I didn't show you the colors, but I used the brown and the red in that set. And then I'm also going to use these watercolors. I'm only using this one in the middle, the bronze color. And then I'm going to use these gears again. This is inspired by a set Nail Career Education did, and I did mine a little bit different, so I will link her video in the description box. And I'm using 91% alcohol. This probably is where I messed up. I probably should have used 70%. If you've done this before, let me know. And then in the other jar is some acetone. So I'm wiping the nails off right now with some alcohol because to get rid of the dispersion layer. Just in case you didn't know, some matte top coats do have dispersion layers and it can get in the way, so I always suggest wiping it off. So I'm just putting the inks on everywhere, and I will be honest and say I don't know what I'm doing. I have not one clue what I'm doing. I've never done this before. This is my first attempt and my first try. I am dabbing it off on this paper on the side just in case you're curious, just before I go into alcohol or acetone. The acetone, I believe, is to the right, and then the alcohol is on the left. I'll put arrows which one it is. But I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said earlier, it looked very muddy to me, but I feel like I saved it. Like, I am obsessed with what I did, and I kind of wish I did this to my own nails. That's how obsessed I am. I definitely want to try doing this again. Like, this was kind of fun, but I do think I did the alcohol ink portion wrong. I think the point of alcohol ink is to get that veining, and that's what I kept trying to do. But again, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm kind of winging it. And I do add product if I feel like it's not looking the way I want it to look. So yeah, I'm just going to tell you now, this is probably not the technique you want to follow. Even though I love my results, I don't know what I'm doing. And again, the alcohol didn't work. I think maybe it was too high. I don't know. Maybe I should have used 70. Please let me know. I don't honestly know. So this is what I came up with. And once I put this matte top coat on, I actually like it. Even though it does look a little muddy, I still like it. So this is how I feel like I saved the set. So as you can see, there's no pigment from this watercolor. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't think this is working. Why did I try this? Then I started seeing some pigment. I was like, okay, this is what I got to last year, because I never could get this to work. And that's when last year I kind of gave up, but this year I kept going and I realized the brush is too saturated. And like, I heard a couple of people say how this watercolor didn't work last year, and I think that's their issue too. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but you could have your brush too saturated. So that's my advice. If you felt like yours didn't work, kind of let your brush dry out a little bit, or do like me and kind of keep messing with it until it gets on the nail without dipping your brush back into the water. And so what I'm doing right now is the same technique of the watercolor ink. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this watercolor. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. I have not seen a tutorial with anybody using these metallic watercolors anywhere. So all I did was basically treat it the same way. I added acetone to kind of get rid of some of it. And I tried to do the alcohol again, but alcohol didn't remove any of the product, just the acetone. So I just put some base coat on this nail to adhere these gears. I am going to pre-bend these gears with the back of my rhinestone picker. I bent these too much. I actually should have kind of flattened them out just a little bit, because the curve was so curved. It didn't want to lay on the nails properly, so it was kind of up in the air. Another tip I would give, because I did this on the second nail and not the first nail, overlap these in the middle. Like in the middle, it is fine to overlap them. It makes it look prettier to me, in my opinion, but strictly do it only in the middle. The second nail, I kind of learned my lesson. I didn't bend them so much, and I don't know, the second nail was just better. I did overlap them. I did everything that I felt like made them look better. And I am placing these off camera if I don't like it. I kind of play with this until I get something I do like. And now I'm just going to encapsulate both of these nails. And again, if you encapsulate, it's okay to create a mess. It is fine. That's what the drill is for. If you have it too bulky, and you can always file it and shape it and make it better. I'm not going to lie, these were a little bulky, but I don't think you can tell on camera. But I had to make them bulky because the gear all the way at the cuticle area was sitting up a little bit. So I actually ended up filing into it just a tad bit, but I didn't remove any of the product. I just kind of got to that and I just stopped when I noticed I was hitting the gear, if that makes sense. So I just filed and shaped off camera. And I'm just putting some base coat on all of the nails. Sorry if you heard my phone. I don't think I can edit that out. But yeah. I actually wanted to leave these tan, but I felt like I needed to put a color. So that's kind of what I was trying to decide at this moment of what I wanted to do. And I just decided to go ahead and make these burgundy. Now this is from Beetles, the Bloody Mary kit. It's color 424. I don't know what was happening at this point. Again, I'm rushing. It could 100% be me. I'm not going to say anything about it until I kind of work with this some more. But it never got super opaque, if that makes sense. Like, I still saw some light spots in the gel polish. And I honestly feel like it was me. I'm rushing. I'm not doing the best job. And I didn't kind of stir it up. You should stir up your gel polish. I didn't stir it up. So it 100% could be me. So I'm just matte top coating the pointer and the pinky. And I'm going to top coat or glossy top coat the ring and the middle nail. I did so much work. I didn't want them matte. I thought the gold would pop more with them being glossy. And I forgot to mention that if you looked inside the nails, when I did do the metallic portion, I made that part bronze. because I didn't want it to be yellow gold like the gears, because I felt like that would have been too matchy, and the gold in the nails from the gears wouldn't pop, if that makes sense. So yeah, I did make those a little bronze. Again, I was rushing. I would have bent that charm that's on the pinky nail because it's sitting straight up, if you can see. So just be aware of that. I should have bent that a little bit. And my apex is kind of high on that nail, so that would have helped too if I had kind of put it down a little bit. So I'm gonna play with this charm and fit it on this nail off camera. And then I got it, but it moved, guys. It made me so mad. It's a little cricket, but I love it. I can't lie. This set turned out so cute. It's so simple, and I wanted the two nails in the middle to be the nails that popped and stand out. So I really didn't do too much to the ones on the end. But again, I love it. Thank you guys for joining me. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I do new videos every Tuesday and Friday. I want you guys to have an amazing day. Have a happy holidays and a safe holidays. Bye.